Do you ever catch yourself remembering those small, precious moments from childhood? The kind that sneak into your mind when the world is quiet and still. Moments from a simpler time when worries were few and joy could be found in the flicker of a cartoon, the glow of a handheld screen, or the excitement of a rare trading card. Tonight, let's wander back together to those unforgettable Pokémon moments every 90s and 2000s kid will always hold close. It begins, like so many memories, with the first episode of the Pokémon animated series. Ash Ketchum, a boy from Pallet Town, oversleeps on the most important day of his young life, the day he's supposed to receive his first Pokémon. We watched as he ran through the streets in a hurry, only to find the usual starters had all been claimed. And then, there was Pikachu. Stubborn, untrusting, and yet destined to become Ash's greatest friend. That stormy night with a flock of angry Spearows chasing them and Pikachu's lightning strike saving them both was the beginning of a friendship that would shape our childhood. Who could forget the excitement of those first battles? The tension as Ash faced gym leaders like Brock and Misty. The delight of watching Pikachu take down towering foes, defying type disadvantages and expectations. Those episodes weren't just stories, they were lessons about persistence, friendship, and heart. Then there was the Pokémon trading card game. At recess, in lunchrooms, and after school, kids gathered to trade cards like precious artifacts. Everyone remembers the thrill of pulling a holographic Charizard from a booster pack, the way it shimmered under the light. Even if you didn't play by the rules, collecting those cards, arranging them in binders and swapping them with friends was a treasured ritual. In 1998, the release of Pokémon the first movie Mewtwo Strikes Back created a wave of excitement unlike anything else. We stood in line at movie theaters, clutching promotional cards and popcorn. The story of Mewtwo, a powerful clone seeking purpose, and the emotional climax where Ash sacrifices himself to stop the battle between Mewtwo and Mew was the moment that left countless young viewers teary-eyed. The sight of Pikachu desperately shocking Ash, unwilling to let him go, remains one of the most touching scenes in animated history. We all remember the anticipation of new games. Pokémon Red and Blue introduced us to a world we could carry in our pockets. The joy of choosing our starter, Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, and stepping into a pixelated world filled with adventure. The sound of that Game Boy startup screen was a promise of endless discovery. And then, Pokémon Gold and Silver expanded that universe. The introduction of day and night cycles, new legendary Pokémon like Lugia and Ho-Oh, and the excitement of traveling to both Johto and Kanto regions made these games instant classics. Linking up, Game Boys with a cable to trade creatures with friends or battle side by side was a small thrill that meant the world back then. Who can forget Team Rocket? Jesse, James, and Meowth were the comical villains we secretly adored. Their dramatic entrances, always starting with "Prepare for trouble and make it double," made us smile. No matter how many times they were blasted off into the sky, their persistence and humor made them beloved characters in their own right. Another unforgettable moment was Bye Bye Butterfree. Ash's decision to release his Butterfree so it could live freely with its pink mate was one of the first times many of us felt a cartoon tug at our heartstrings. It was a lesson about love, letting go, and doing what's best for those we care about. The arrival of Pokémon Stadium brought our favorite battles to life in 3D for the first time. Seeing Charizard's flamethrower and Blastoise's hydro pump rendered on a home console was exhilarating. It turned bedroom battles into something grand and cinematic. Pokémon Snap offered a peaceful, unique experience where, instead of battles, you captured photographs of Pokémon in their natural environments. Watching a Pikachu ride a surfboard or catching a glimpse of a rare Mew floating through the clouds provided a gentle, magical kind of excitement. Then came the sequels and spin-offs Pokémon Yellow, with a Pikachu that followed you around. Pokémon Crystal introduced animated sprites and new story elements. The world of Pokémon was always growing, always offering something new for young trainers to discover. Even outside the games and shows, Pokémon was everywhere. From lunchboxes and stickers to bedsheets and cereal boxes, the franchise became a lifestyle. Birthday parties with Pikachu decorations, school supplies adorned with Jigglypuff, and action figures lined up on shelves were part of daily life. The second movie, Pokémon, the movie 2000, gave us Lugia and the legendary bird Trio. The race against time to stop the imbalance of nature was a gripping, beautifully animated adventure. And once again, Ash stood as the hero who reminded us that courage comes in all sizes. Pokémon 3. The movie brought the mysterious, unknown, and the touching story of a girl named Molly, who created a fantasy world to cope with loss. The emotional depth of this film showed us that Pokémon could tell stories of sadness, hope, and healing. Many will remember the excitement of receiving a Game Boy Color as a gift, paired with a new Pokémon cartridge. Holding that device in your hands, knowing it contained an entire world waiting to be explored, was a feeling few modern games replicate. As the years passed, the Pokémon anime continued with new regions and characters. While Ash's companions changed, the core of his journey remained the same. The pursuit of dreams, loyalty to friends, and the bond between trainer and Pokémon. When Pokémon Go launched in 2016, it reignited those old flames of excitement. Suddenly, parks and streets were filled with trainers young and old, chasing digital creatures in the real world. It was a phenomenon that bridged generations, reminding many of us what it felt like to run through neighborhoods with the thrill of discovery in our hearts. Who among us doesn't recall the gentle, comforting sound of a Pokémon Center's healing tune? Or the satisfaction of catching a legendary after countless attempts? These moments are woven into the fabric of our youth. One of the rarest shared memories is the simple act of watching the anime's theme song intro belting out, "I want to be the very best, like no one ever was," as though it were a personal anthem. It was a ritual before every episode, a call to adventure that never grew old. Trading link cables and the excitement of swapping a Haunter for a Kadabra, watching it evolve mid-trade, was a small technological wonder that brought friends closer. Simple moments, yet they carried a weight and wonder only possible in those early days. Even the rival battles in games left a mark. Facing off against Blue in Pokémon Red and Blue, or Silver and Gold and Silver, felt like the ultimate test of skill and strategy. These digital rivals became part of our personal storylines. Many will smile remembering the poke flute, used to wake a sleeping Snorlax blocking the road, or the rare moments of stumbling into a shiny Pokémon with its unique color palette and extra sparkle, making it a prized addition to any collection. The gradual discovery of glitches, like the famous Missing No, in Pokémon Red and Blue, offered a secret world within a world. Kids swapped stories about how to find it, daring each other to risk their save files for the chance. Yearly traditions formed around each new release. The excitement of midnight launches, or eagerly awaiting strategy guides from bookstores. The first time you beat the Elite Four, or encountered the powerful Mewtwo in Cerulean Cave, felt like personal victories. Even now, the sight of those original 151 Pokémon stirs a special kind of joy. They were more than characters, they were companions, symbols of an era filled with wonder, curiosity, and endless imagination. Though new generations of games, shows, and movies have arrived, nothing replaces those early moments. They remain locked in, our hearts vivid and unchanging. Memories of playground trades, watching Ash and Pikachu face impossible odds, or saving up allowance for a new booster pack our stories will carry forever. Because Pokémon wasn't just entertainment, it was a shared world, a language between friends, a universe of adventures waiting in our pockets. And every now and then, when the world grows quiet, those moments return, bringing with them a warmth that only true nostalgia can provide. And so, as our journey through these cherished Pokémon memories slowly comes to an end, I hope it brought a gentle warmth to your heart, the kind only true nostalgia can spark. It's remarkable how certain moments, no matter how many years go by, remain untouched in the corners of our minds. They wait quietly for the perfect quiet evening, when the world is still and our thoughts drift back to those simpler, brighter days. The memories we've revisited tonight weren't just moments from a show or a game. They were tiny milestones in our childhoods. Those afternoons spent trading cards under a playground tree, the thrill of catching a legendary after hours of patient searching, the tears we held back during a heartfelt goodbye between a boy and his Butterfree. These weren't just stories we watched unfold, they were experiences we lived together in living rooms, schoolyards, and childhood bedrooms lit only by the soft glow of a handheld screen. Even now, those old familiar names Pikachu, Charizard, Mewtwo, Lugia carry with them a quiet kind of magic, a reminder of a time when the world felt wide and mysterious and each day promised a new adventure. When even the smallest victories, like defeating a tough gym leader or finding a rare card, felt monumental. And though the years have passed, those memories remain just as vivid, just as comforting. The truth is, we never truly left the world of Pokémon. It lives quietly within us, ready to return at the sight of a trading card, the sound of an old theme song, or a simple memory of days gone by. So tonight, as you drift into restful sleep, let those memories settle around you like a soft blanket. Remember the excitement, the friendships, the adventures. Let yourself smile at the old joys that once made your heart race. Because those moments are yours to keep forever woven into the fabric of your story. Thank you for joining me on this quiet journey through the Pokémon moments every 90s and 2000s kid will never forget. Sleep well, old trainer. And remember, in some corner of your imagination, those adventures are still waiting.